and welcome back to the final episode of Kansei, the second turn. So in the last one, we actually found out that Sophia gave us a bottle which she thought she was poisoned. Was poisonous. Had poison on, if you get what I'm saying. I did actually want to speak to more people. Maybe I should have spoken to her last, or at least that question, because it looks like with that question it's now actually taking me to the final bit. And we'll see who the killer is. So, let's continue. The two of us hurry down the hall and into the main lobby, where we find Detective Gursky and Aki talking with each other. Yeah, I think we have our key piece of evidence. I hold up the bottle for Detective Gursky and Aki to see. It'll be easier if I just explain to you who did it. Okay, so in the last episode, I did actually say that I think Kevin or I can't remember his name now. The guy's nephew. Well, we'll see actually. It says Liam. Yeah. So I do think it was one of them. However, judging by what I know, Liam just had his fortune taken away from him, and I don't think that would have made him want to kill him. However, Kevin did have actually, he had to stay there, and he hated the job. He clearly stated how much he hated it, and they were doing illegal stuff and all of this, trying to get them in trouble, because his family's business was basically being put off because of him. So I do think it was Kevin. So it was Kevin. He poisoned Mr. Orton's cognac, most likely. He wanted it to look like someone from the outside poisoned it before it even arrived at the house. So he picked something that Mr. Orton would lock up in the office. That may be true for Sophie and Liam, but Kevin controls all the security in the house. Which is true, actually. He can go anywhere he wants. He did say he had the master code. So technically he has access everywhere, even nobody else can have access to. I bet he has a master code that can open any door. Well, he did. He said he had a master code. So revenge, obviously, because he wants to get back at him and all of that, and he just hates working there. I hold up the papers I found in the security room. Destroying his family's business, of course. We found these in the security room. I hand the papers to Detective Gursky as he rifles through them, scanning each page briefly with his eyes. Proof of ownership. Mr. Orton owned quite a few loan agencies under assumed names. He gave out student loans to family like Kevin's, then changed the interest rate without warning, putting them into more debt than they could handle. The debt he supposedly rescued Kevin's family from was one that he created himself. Sophia found this in the incinerator. We think he carried the poison in this bottle and then tried to destroy the evidence. A frantic beeping noise interrupts our discussion. Oh. I groan. Of course, he can see us. I'm holding his stupid murder weapon in my hand. He probably knows we've got him figured out. Detective Gursky and Aki exchange horrified glances. Sophia turns and dashes up the stairs while the rest of us race towards the museum. Detective Gursky grabs the handle on the door and pulls open, but the lock by the door beeps stubbornly. He pounds on it with his fists. No response. Aki glances at Naki and nods. He nods in return before punching in a string of numbers into the box beside the door. The box rewards us with a friendly beep and a click. Detective Gursky kicks the door open and we rush in. Kevin stands across the room from us, one hand firmly on Lee May's shoulder and the other holding a knife to her throat. Detective Gursky holds his hands up for Kevin to see. Kevin shakes his head vehemently. I don't know. Kevin gazes, darts back and forth between us and the exit. Aki steps forward slowly, hands held into the air. Kevin's expression softens for a brief moment, but he doesn't release Lee May. He pressures the tip of the knife to Lee May's neck. A slow bead of blood appears where the knife has punctured her skin. It runs down the side of her neck slowly, leaving a single crimson trail on her pale skin. Lee May's body shudders and her eyes grow dull. In a single fluid motion, she snatches a knife from Kevin's hand and spins around, pushing him to the ground. Without hesitation, she raises the knife above her head and sinks the blade into his back. Whoa, this girl's a badass! Kevin stares at Lee May with muted disbelief. His entire body begins to shake and he collapses to the ground. Blood pours from his cut, seeping into his clothes and creeping across the floor, and I find myself unable to do anything. My body is frozen in shock. The world around me is fuzzy, distant. I see Detective Gursky kneeling beside Kevin. He's shouting something at Naki, but I can't understand what he's saying. Aki rushes forward and wraps her arms around Lee May. This is the first time I've seen Aki look so frightened. Lee May stares at Kevin's motionless body, as if she's never seen him before. The knife in her hand slips from her fingers and falls to the floor with a dull clatter. This can't be happening. There's no way this is happening. I can hear my own heart pounding against my ribcage as blood rushes through my head. The world is starting to grow even fuzzier. I feel it. I clutch at my stomach and stumble a few paces back. Kevin is dying, and my Kansei is soaking up every moment of it. I struggle to remain standing, but it's useless. As I fall forward, the world around me turns blank. Whoa! Wow, that was interesting. So it was Kevin, which is good. The ending wasn't as great as I would have hoped for. Yeah, it really wasn't that great actually. However, there are actually another 2 endings. So this one, it looks like I got Find the Killer end. There is, so the good ending. There is also a bad ending, and there is a true ending. So what I will actually do is I'm going to end this here, and I will be back, and I'm going to do the other, I'm going to play through them, and I'll come to the end so we can all see the endings of the other 2. Just because I love to get the true ending and all of that. But I hope you guys enjoyed Kansei, the second turn. I certainly love this game, so I do love playing it. And I probably will play the next one, which is Yusai, I think. Something like that. But yeah, so I will see you in the next episode with the 2 different endings. Hope you enjoyed.